Hello, beautiful souls. So I'm coming here to you today, and I wanted to share what has helped me along my healing journey when it comes to getting over somebody who has broken my heart, someone who of the past, and they can also be in your current situation, but someone who you deep down in your core know is not meant to be in your life for forever. So, for one, something that I had to come to terms with is ask myself whether or not this person crossed any boundaries of mine that I would either have vocalized in the future or have vocalized in the present to them. And ask yourself, have they crossed these boundaries? Whether they were vocalized or not, have they crossed any of your boundaries? So just real quick, I would advise you, if you haven't thought of different boundaries that you would like to or have set in place for a future partner, I would recommend just taking a second, writing down at least 5 boundaries of yours. So some examples would be, of course, you can draw sexual boundaries. Some people prefer not to kiss on the first date. Any sexual boundaries, those are huge. And then of course, anything from diet to language to physical, intimate boundaries. So take a moment, write those down. Okay, so now ask yourself, will this person, or has this person stayed true to your boundaries, whether or not they were vocalized? Okay. And realize that this person, if they are your true soul partner, that they will most likely have most, if not all, of these boundaries themselves. Truthfully, it's important to discuss these with your partner, future partner, but if it's someone you're getting over, then realize that any boundaries that have been crossed, that's a red line, and you have to go inward and realize that you are worthy of having your standards met in a partner. That's the truth. So think about it. Okay? Now the second thing that has helped me is realizing that the right person will reciprocate and mirror the amount of energy that you put into a relationship. Now, in saying that, what I'm trying to say is, now say you are a very socially interactive person, in the sense that you expect 1 text a day at least. Now, if this person has gone days without talking to you, does that sound like someone who is worthy of your time? Probably not. Okay? So if you put in 70% of your capacity and the other person is putting in 30% of their capacity, even though they have all this extra energy to expend, it's not likely that y'all are meeting each other equally. So it's important to ask yourself and make sure that there is reciprocity in the relationship. Okay? Now the third thing is, this is a big one, so turning inward for healing. There's a lot of internet information out there that will teach you or tell you that you have to, or you should go out and find somebody else to cover up the pain. Now, in doing that, you could seriously risk hurting someone else's heart just as badly as yours is being hurt right now. I've been there. So turn inward. And some examples of that include becoming your own best friend. So spend time with yourself in the places that you love the most. Do the things that you love to do the most. Do activities, surround yourself with people, put yourself in environments that complement your highest energy, and defend yourself. Love yourself. This isn't easy. However, the time it takes to build a new relationship with someone, if your cup is not full, that time will be wasted, because you have to learn how to love yourself, and you have to fill your own cup up before someone else can fill your cup up. Because if you go into a relationship with a half empty cup and you expect them to fill the other half, they have to fill their part, and that's just asking a lot of somebody. And if you are expecting someone to fulfill you mentally, emotionally, you are expecting someone else to fill you up without doing the work it takes to fill yourself up. You have to learn to love yourself before someone else can fully love you. So, and another way to turn inward is reprogramming your mind. And by doing this, I have learned that sitting and meditating with my thoughts has helped. So what I mean by this is, let's say a thought comes across your mind and it says, I don't like the way your arms look. So you have to treat that thought as if it's a child of yours and discipline it and tell it, no, I do like the way my arm looks. Basically reinforce the thought with a positive opposition, and do that. Every time you have a negative thought, reinforce your thoughts with positive ones it's a self-defense, and this will change your thought patterns to think positively towards yourself, and from there your mind will begin to serve you rather than be against you. That is really important. So the fourth way, I recommend sitting with that painful energy, painful anger, anything negative that you have towards somebody else or yourself. Sit with that energy, and in the midst of doing that, do deep stretches, either on a yoga mat, standing up and going for a walk. Just stretch it out. So we can do one right now. So right now I go for walks and I just do my arm stretches, and while I'm stretching, in the middle of the deep stretch, I will allow a painful memory to come across my mind, and I will sit with that energy, and in the process of sitting with it, I will release it just as well. So something that you can say out loud, a mantra if you will, while you're releasing this energy, is say, I release any energy that is not serving me, and I return it back to source. Now, returning the energy back to source allows this energy, this negative, hurtful energy, to be transmuted back into love. Everything emanates from love, you want to transmute it, transform it. However, you have to leave that up to source. Now, I'm going to repeat that mantra one more time, and writing it down and saying this has helped me. So I will say it one more time. So while I'm stretching, let the thought come in. I release any energy not serving me, and I return it back to its rightful owner. And then you just shake it off. Shake it off. So, right. So those are the things that have helped me. Now, it takes time. Another thing I will say is allow yourself to heal. Give your space time. Give yourself the space and time it takes to heal. In doing that, you need to allow yourself to cry and be patient with yourself. And if you're not a crier, then like I said, sit with that energy and just shake it off. I keep doing that with my hands because that's how I feel. When I think about this stuff, it's heavy. Just shake it off. So, yeah. Be patient with yourself and realize it takes time to heal from a heartbreak. I will say that I will say that the last heartbreak I recently recovered from was over 5 years. It took me over 5 years to fully get through it. And I have been a little bit impatient with myself. However, I have started implementing practices such as these and reinforcing positive thoughts. So that has helped me. And all of the stretching, and I will say, if you're gonna do a yoga session or a stretching session on a yoga mat, light up some sage and clear out the negative energy. It really does clear the energy and just create an open field of possibilities. So when you transmute that energy into love by releasing it to source, it'll make a huge difference in your life, and you will be on your way to your healing journey. Thank you for watching, and I love you.